What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, you join me out in the middle of the bay. Well, not really the middle because the house is right there. I didn't feel like going super far out for today's project, which is Creeper Farm. So, spent some time AFKing at the stone generator over for the other evening, I should say, and got quite a bit of stone. We've got a full double chest and then little bit more right here, so I'll probably have to go back to the house to get more stone, but for the time being we should definitely have enough, just maybe not particularly right here. So I am going to wait for the sun to set, and then I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to tower up to Y level. Probably I think I'm gonna do around like 180, maybe 160, and then build a little AFK platform right there, and then start the actual farm maybe like 20 blocks up around 180-ish. So that gives me room to go up to new build limit. So I will see you momentarily once I've got my scaffolding tower set up and the base platform for the collection system. So be right back. And a mere transition later, we are up here at Y180. Well, the platform's at 180 and we are at 181, and I made a little platform here that we can use to get up onto the to access the collection system, since the scaffolding would have been right in the middle there, and that's not what we want. So now I've got to get the collection system built. I've got my little 9x7 platform here. I am using a design I had in my 1.16 world. I believe it was by Shulkercraft, but I don't know if that's the original design. Either way, I will link the video I originally used down below so that you guys can build it yourself if you're so inspired. However, there are some things obviously you'll need to change being in 1.18 with the different spawning mechanics, which is why, one, I chose the ocean, and two, we are up at, well, the actual like platform for the collection system starts at 180. So being above the ocean, which is probably about 20-30 blocks deep right there, we're definitely high enough that all mobs should be focused up there. And then if we are using the farm, we will be AFK down on this little platform right here, which still has one of my scaffolding. I want that back. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and get the collection system all taken care of, and the water streams for the mobs. And then once I've got that in, we'll take a look. And then I've got a whole bunch of platforms to build. So just give me a moment. Alrighty, so just finished getting the water put in. If we pop onto FreeCam here, you can see we've got our little 7x9 platform with the collection system chest. Eventually there'll be campfires on top that will burn the creepers, but now what we have to do is start getting the layers put in this thing. And I know you come out 2, and then let's see, 1, 2, and then on the third block I believe it is a dispenser facing up like so. And then we come out 6 blocks in stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then on the 7th block, we do glass. And then we're going to, let's see, glass right there. And then we're going to come out 6 from all the other sides as well with the stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7th block will be glass, and then 1 to the right. And then we're going to do that on both the other sides as well. But then when we connect these two up, we're going to come out like so. So it's going to be 1 stone there, and then a 2nd stone there. And then on this 3rd one in between, it's going to be glass. And then it'll be 2 more stone like so. So it's a glass one to the right, and then as you connect them up diagonally, there's 2 stone, glass, 2 stone, glass, a glass to the right, 2 stone, glass, 2 stone, glass, glass to the right, 2 stone, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in, and then we'll be repeating that for as many layers as we need. I plan to aim for 10, but we'll see how the resources go. So as soon as I get to the next step, we'll join back up with you and we'll continue on the farm. But for me, for now, I got some building to do, so I'll be right back with you. All right, so got the first layer in, and I'm actually going to hop into FreeCam to show you, but this is what it should look like from the top. And then as you can see so in between the two glass blocks that we've got, on that diagonal block right there, you're going to come too high, and you're going to do that all the way around. And then there's a 2-block gap in between those, and then you'll place another block. So 2 blocks there, and then from this one, 2 blocks in on the 3rd block, 2 blocks on the 3rd block. So you should have these little right angles all the way around. And then obviously you'll place a torch to keep it lit as you put the platforms on. And I'm currently building it, so I'm not as worried about mob spawning up here in the nighttime. So I'm just gonna continue to build. But you basically just repeat this layer as many more times as you would like. I'm, like I said, aiming for 10 total, so I've got to do it 9 more times, assuming I've got the resources for it. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind. So you've got your dispenser that you started with, and then a 1-block gap, and then an observer facing upwards. So looking into this dispenser, which is also pointed upwards, and then that's where our next platform is going to be. Now, if you're like me and you're building this with stone instead of glass, like in the tutorial, because it does not really matter, what I recommend you do is on these pillars. So we'll come up one more so we're even with the dispenser, and then put one behind it like so. And then that's going to be where our 4, 5, 6. And then we'll build all these up so they're 1 block higher, so we know where the pillars go, so we don't have to think about it each time. So I'm going to go ahead, get the rest of the layers in, and then after that, we'll come back, do the next step, and keep chugging along with the farm. So see you soon. Alrighty, so just about done with the platforms. I will show you here in just a second, but I'm standing here on our AFK spot, and because I've got mini HUD installed, if I hit U, I can set the despawn sphere, and then we can hop into free camera with Tweakaroo, and we can see that at our little AFK platform, the entire farm is within spawning range. And if we come down here to the bottom, it does look like we'll have to do something about this little bit of land, but that should not be an issue because we're getting a ton of mobs spawning just right here. So we are going to have to cut this little chunk out just so we don't get the mobs. But that's no big deal because the water kind of comes up here anyways, so that'll be a relatively quick little swap right there that we can do. So no big deal with that. We can turn this back off, and then if we head up, we can continue up our little scaffolding thing here, and I had to go back to the base to get more blocks. And actually, let's go ahead and turn the shaders back on, and then we will just climb up our scaffolding here. And I don't think I lit the top one, so hopefully there's not a bunch of mobs standing on top of this. But yeah, you can see we've got all the platforms. They're all identical. They're all lit except for, like I said, this top one, but I guess we're getting the spillover light from the bottom. So I just have to finish this top layer, and then we'll get a roof on top of that, and then we will move on to the next step. So I will see you momentarily. Alrighty, so we got the whole thing, with all the platforms, I should say, finished. So now the only thing I've got to do is go in and put the trapdoors on the underside of all of these different roof or ceiling blocks, I guess you would call them. So like on the underside of each floor, so it's only less than 2 blocks tall, so only creepers can spawn. We've got to cover all the tops of all these floors with trapdoors. And so these pillars will block the spiders because there's no like 3x3s or whatever, and then the trapdoors will block the skeletons and the zombies, and then only the creepers will be able to spawn in the farm. So I've got to go back to the base, grab all of our trapdoors and whatnot, and clear out that land, and then I will join back up and we will have a gander at it. Alrighty, got all that land cleared out, so now we just gotta go and get the trapdoors finished on the farm. So once I go start cracking on that, then I'll see you there. Alrighty, so we are back on top of the spawner, I guess you could call it, or the farm, I should say. That was the word I was looking for. And if we hop into free cam, we can see that we have got all of the trapdoors placed on the undersides of all of the various blocks. We'll just do a quick loop around here to make sure we didn't miss any, and it does not seem like we did. So next up, I got to get the timer on the timer for the water bucket set up. So that's basically just done with repeaters and comparators and then a little bit of redstone dust. So I'm going to do that. Like I said, the tutorial will be linked down below so you can find it all. And then after we get the repeater line set, we've got to build out the top cover, so to speak, that will be blocking out the light. Originally, what I had wanted to do, and still do want to do, is leave a 1-block gap all the way around this thing, and then put tinted glass, which I may do on the front and see how much we have just for like the visual of it before I do the actual slabs. But I think that'll actually look a lot better on this monstrosity that we've got floating in the sky in terms of making it actually look somewhat cool instead of just a bunch of platforms. If we just went ahead and boxed this thing in or did like a diagonal, because I figured I would build it on the diagonal like the platforms are, and then have the square underside, and then maybe we can make it into some sort of cool like airship or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Once I've got that all finished up, we'll come and see how far I actually got on it, and if I'm going to have to do some more villager trading to get the glass. Unfortunately, only 2 of my, I want to say 5 or 6 librarians sell glass. So we definitely need to do some more stuff with the villagers and get a little further along with that. But like I said, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alrighty, so, oh goodness, I fell right off the edge. I thought I was in free cam. Well, that's no big deal, because we'll just go right up to the platform here, and then we'll hop into free cam. We'll check out what I've got. So, as I was saying before, I started putting the tinted glass in around the, oh my god, this is so slow. Started putting the tinted glass, but only had enough to do almost the whole front side. We're missing like 2 blocks. But this is kind of the look that I'm going for. I actually ran out of amethyst shards, so I think for the time being, I'm just going to put the regular roof on the rest of it and just do the whole roof. And then once we've got the actual amethyst, we can come back in and finish it. But so yeah, I basically just have to connect these squares up and then put the water buckets in and turn it on, and this thing should be fully functional and AFKable. And in between episodes, I'll have to farm up some more of the amethyst shards from our double geode and glass from the librarians. I may have enough glass, but I don't think that I do. So yep, that's just going to be kind of a ongoing thing that I'll kind of, like I said, tackle between episodes or something along those lines. And then when the actual thing is finished, we'll come have a look at it. But I'm going to get it done for today. So if you'll just give me just a moment, I will go ahead and get the roof on the part that needs it. And I guess the whole thing technically needs a roof, which is kind of annoying, but I think this will look good once it's actually done, especially with the shaders, because it makes the glass nice and glossy normally. But yeah, I will be with you in just a second once I've got the lid, so to speak, or the ceiling roof, whatever you want to call it, the big platform on the top. So I'm going to get that in, and then we'll join back up and admire our finished farm. So we'll see you momentarily. Alrighty, so hop into free cam here. The farm is complete, and I've got the per biome weather on, so it's a little wonky once we're in the warm ocean. Actually, no, it's because we're blocked. So here is the farm. We've got the lid on it, and then the front. And it's a little bit hard to see right now, but there are creepers. There's one right there, slowly spawning into this thing. So overall, let's see if we can see them fall in the water here. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Got a whole bunch of them coming in. And then they all get toasted on the campfire. So yeah, all in all, I would say that is a very successful farm. So we can just AFK up here in the sky, and pretty soon we'll have all the gunpowder that we could possibly need, which will be great because, you know, pretty soon we do need to go take on the dragon, and after we get the elytra, we're definitely going to need a ton of gunpowder. So probably next thing I'll do is an automated sugarcane farm. That way we'll have some not only for villager trades, but for the rockets as well. So Definitely need to get on that soon, but I think that's where we're going to call the episode for today. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Leave me a comment down below because I love reading your comments. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't, suggestions maybe. Check out my social medias, all of which are in the description below, as well as the tutorial for the farm that we worked on today. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.